those that think they're better than somebody else.
Right.
Those that are lukewarm.
Right.
Those who are neither hot, neither cold. Those that are really continuing to the faith. Those that are really working hard on the things they want to work hard, but leaving those things that they don't want to bother with alone. They're still here today. Nothing has changed. So the message that John has put forth is still with us today when it comes to the church. And he says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written, for the time is at hand. Keep those things that are written. In other words, as we said, Revelation is nothing other than the relationship and the end time of Christ and his church. The only messages that God gave John was to the church.
Yes.
To the church. He didn't give John any messages about what the Russians are going to do and what the Chinese are going to do and what the United States of America is going to do and what the Catholics are going to do and what the other religions are going to do. His message was only to the church, about the church. And this is where we run into serious problems when we get into Revelation. We make a mountain out of it and bring in all of this other stuff that's not a part of it.
Right.
The only thing that is a part of Revelation is Christ and his church. And that is all. Nothing else. And all of this computer chip going to be implanted in your skin. Nothing to that. Nothing to that. It's going to be a credit card. It's going to be a mark. It's going to be a mark on your forehead. No. What does right hand mean?
Power.
Huh?
Power.
Power. Power. Now, if I have a mark on my right hand, what would that signify? That power is in some way compromised. That power is in some way restricted. Now, where is our forehead? Where's our forehead?
Frontal lobe of our brain.
Where's our forehead? Where's the actual location of our forehead?
Right above our eyes?
Right
Between
there.
our eyes? Okay.
Right there.
All right.
Right there. That is the center. That is the center of activity. Now, if you have a mark there, that means it's been compromised. It's not working the way it's supposed to work. You take an exam and you get 10 of them wrong out of 100. You got a mark on every one of those 10 that's wrong. There's something wrong with it. It's not the perfected answer. And this means power. Here is thought and authority that is compromised. This is a spiritual thing. It is a spiritual thing. So that mark would be a compromise of the mindset to where we are not able to worship God. Not able to worship him, but instead worship other things that are of Satan. And that's why it's not a computer chip, it's not a credit card, it's not an ID card. It was an ID card. I'm trying to find my ID card. It just say this is an ID card you got to. What could I do? What could I do if it were an ID card? If it were a implant, what could I do? I don't want to die. Everybody that don't have this card or this mark in the right hand or in the forehand is going to be put to death. but I don't want to die. What could I do? Huh? I could counterfeit it. Huh?
Right.
I could implant myself with a fake computer chip or my own to give them the reading that it's there. See? See, you could counterfeit it. It's not. It is a spiritual. It is a spiritual mark. See, not a physical mark, not a physical thing, but a spiritual thing. This mark of the beast. It is not physical. It is spiritual.
Because already it was working among them then.
Yes.
There was no chips then.
That's right. No credit cards either.
But the mark of the beast was already around.
Mark of the beast has always been there since old iniquity.
Yeah.
Old iniquity marked Satan, and it led to sin.
Yeah.
And that's why they'll be put to death. They'll be put to death. It's because, or the ones that receive this mark will see death, is because sin in its finality is death.
Yes.
That's the wages of sin. It's death. It is spiritual and not physical. And more and more ministers are beginning to wake up and they're beginning to see these things. And in the past year, we've had a lot of impact on the teaching of Revelation that has caused a lot of people to go back and look at how they have been teaching it. And they are modifying the way they're teaching Revelation. Even John Hagee for years had a 150-foot chart of Revelation laid out. You don't teach that no more. You don't use that no more because so much of it was wrong.
Right.
So much of it was in error until now he realizes that and he don't teach it. He don't use that chart no more. Same with Pierre Stone. He don't use his charts anymore like he did. He was another like John Hagee. It's because they're beginning to realize that no, this thing is not about the physical. It is about the spirit. It is about the church and the church only. And that causes us to think along all of these things. And one of the things that I am having serious consideration and thought about it within myself is things like, well, the end time can't come until the Jews rebuild the temple. The temple has to be rebuilt because that's Bible. That the temple is going to be rebuilt. And the Jews are aggressively seeking how they can go about building this temple and getting it set down where it's supposed to set, and the rock of the dome, which is in the way. How can they do it and not create an international disturbance? There has to be a way. Well, there probably is, but the rock of the dome is in all probability going to collapse one day. Down underneath it is catacombed. All of the rock of the dome is catacombed underneath, and the columns